Okay, so we all know cell division is, absolutely essential for life. But here's the thing. Not all cell division is created equal. There are two major players here, mitosis and meiosis, and believe me, they have completely different jobs. So let's break down what they do, and more importantly, why you should care.
All right, let's kick things off with mitosis. The best way to get your head around this one, just think of it as the body's super high-fidelity copy machine. This is the process that's running nonstop for growth, for fixing you up when you get a cut, and just for all the day-to-day upkeep that keeps your body running smoothly.
So what's really happening here? Well, with mitosis, you start with one parent cell. This cell is what we call diploid, which is just a fancy way of saying it has a full set of instructions, the full genetic blueprint, or 2N. This cell then divides and produces two daughter cells. And here's the most important part. These daughter cells are perfect, genetically identical clones of the original parent. Same instructions, same number of chromosomes, everything.
This whole copying process unfolds in four main stages. First up is prophase, where the chromosomes basically pack themselves up super tight and become visible, kind of like winding up thread. Then, in metaphase, they all get organized and line up right down the middle of the cell. Super neat. Now, anaphase. This is where the action is. The sister chromatids, which are just the two identical halves of a chromosome, get pulled apart and head to opposite ends. And finally, we have telophase. Here, two new command centers, or nuclei, form around the separated chromosomes. And then, voila, the cell splits right in two. The final product? Two perfect, identical cells.
Okay, let's totally switch gears and talk about meiosis. Now, if mitosis was our copy machine, then meiosis is more like a genetic shuffling machine. Its whole purpose has nothing to do with growth or repair. Nope, this is all about one thing, reproduction. It's the super specialized process for making gametes, sperm and egg cells.
So meiosis is a bit more involved. It's actually a two-stage division. It starts out with a diploid cell, just like mitosis did. But the end game is completely different. Instead of two identical cells, you get four haploid cells. And haploid just means each cell has only half the genetic info of the parent, just one set of chromosomes. But here's the real kicker. They are all genetically unique. None of the four cells are the same.
The first big step, meiosis 1, is where all the genetic magic happens. You have these homologous chromosomes, one you got from your mom, one from your dad, and they pair up. And then they do something amazing. They literally swap pieces of DNA with each other. This is called crossing over, and it's how you get brand new combinations of genes. It's like shuffling a deck of cards. After that shuffle, the pairs are pulled apart into two new cells.
Next up is meiosis 2. And honestly, this part is going to look pretty familiar because it's a lot like a round of mitosis. In those two cells we just made, the sister chromatids get separated and pulled to opposite ends. And when the dust settles, what do you have? A grand total of 4 unique haploid cells, all ready for the business of reproduction.
So, we've walked through both processes. Now let's do a direct side-by-side comparison to make those differences crystal clear. This is where it all really clicks into place. This table really lays it all out. First, look at purpose. Mitosis is all about growth and repair, while meiosis is purely for reproduction. Then, the number of divisions. Mitosis does it in one shot. Meiosis takes 2 rounds. This leads to the final product. Mitosis gives you 2 identical diploid cells, but meiosis gives you 4 unique haploid cells. And the biggest difference of all? Genetic variation. Meiosis creates it, thanks to crossing over. Mitosis? Nope, just makes perfect copies.
Okay, so why should any of us in bioinformatics care about this? Well, this isn't just some high school biology refresher. These two processes are quite literally at the very heart of everything we study in genomics.
And here's the connection. That genetic variation we kept talking about from meiosis, that's the raw data for our entire field. That crossing over thing, that's what creates things like SNPs, the tiny little differences in our DNA code that we spend all our time analyzing. Seriously, without meiosis shuffling the genetic deck, we wouldn't have the diversity to study population genetics, or figure out how diseases are inherited, or, well, pretty much anything we do.
So let's boil it all down to one simple takeaway. Mitosis makes identical copies. Think building and maintaining the body. Meiosis creates genetic diversity. Think fueling reproduction and evolution. It's that simple. And understanding the difference is absolutely fundamental to unlocking the secrets in our DNA. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure you subscribe to BioInfoBytes for more.